On today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to build this 10-gallon rack here. You can apply my measurements, or you can, get an idea, use my video for ideas, and apply your own measurements. But basically, it's very simple to make, as you're about to see. The way I got this one set up, it holds one tank up top, one in the middle, one here, and I'm building a cabinet down here for fish food and stuff. You know, a little shelf. If you're thinking about 55 gallons, 40 gallons fit in here great. I got a video on building the 55 gallons. And I also got 29 gallon rack here too. Also got a video on that. It's very good. It's made out of 2x4s. It's very sturdy. The 55 gallons is double braced, as you can tell. But yeah, I had this up for quite a while. It's not my first racking system, but it works pretty good. This is in my main display room, I guess you would call it. That's where I shoot a lot of videos and stuff. Once it's done, it will have its own air system feeding all the tanks. Right now I just got makeshift pumps feeding the tanks scattered about throughout the system. So, very simple to do. Also, I got to finish my lighting. These here, I ain't got the diffusers yet, but these do. But I got to add diffusers to that. But that's all in future videos. So let's just jump into how to build one of these in case you want to. Because you don't have to attach it next to one. You can just set it up into a room next to itself. Or just add a bunch. To build this, starting off, you're going to need 4. You can adjust this to where you're putting it and stuff. If you ain't got a tall roof like I do, you can always trim this down and do your math. I'm just showing you how I build mine. But anyway, you're going to need 4 2x4s. That's what I use for the legs. Straight as you can get them. I got these at Lowe's. They're a little expensive right now. This is an older one that I had put back. I bought this for $2 and something, about right before COVID hit. And these 3 is new, and they was $7 and something a piece. So yeah, a little expensive lumber has gotten. But you will need 4 of these. I've chopped these off at 80 inches long. So I'm going to cut 4 80-inch long, and that'll be for the legs. So the next step is to cut where your tanks is going to go. This also connects your board, which I'll show you in a later video. But you need 10 of them if you're making the rack exactly like mine. 20.5 inches is what you need to cut this down to. So I'm going to go ahead and cut 1, then I'm going to use here as a measurement to cut the rest. So here's a 20.5 right here. Got these cut, and we're going to connect them together, and I'll show you how to do that because each board gets a run of these. So let's go ahead and connect the ends by starting with the top of the boards. Now, the ones that is going to be on touching the floor, you want the smoothest. So where we did the cut, this will be the top, this will be the top. So flip these over, just like so. If we can get a gap here, hard to do one-handed. And we're going to take this board we just cut, which is the length of almost a 10-gallon, but a little bit wider. And it will go right here and meet flush with this one. And same over here. And that gives the width of this. This is the top. It's for support. And we will go down on each side. So go ahead and do the top on both sides. Well, you use 2 80 inches and one of these 20.5s for each side. So one like this, connect it, do the same on that side, and then we'll go to the next step, which will be the bottom. So we got the top connected. That's how your 2 pieces will look once you get the top pretty well done. I ain't did this side yet, but it should look the same as this one. On the bottom, if you're building this same as I do, you have to change your measurements and stuff if you shorten it or have you do it, but 3.5 inches is what you want to come up, and you want to make sure he's as level. So let's go ahead and mark 3.5 right here. That's 3 inches. Oops. 3.5. And always double check yourself, because you don't want to mess up. So 3.5. And now at 3.5, if you're building it like mine, on these marks, you will take this piece of wood, another one of the 20.5 ones we cut, and you see how this wood is sitting on top of that mark? You want to bring that wood down to the bottom of that mark. Now you can mark this 3.5 on this side, 3.5 on this back side, and that should be close to level. That's one way to do it. Just eyeball it. That's usually what I do. But if you are doing it with a level, you want this setting up in a level place. But till then, put one screw in it so you can twist this. But I just go by measurements, 3.5 both sides, and just line up with the line. So I'm going to go ahead and connect this and the other one, and I'll show you how to bring them all together. This is connected now. I'm going to go ahead and move my next shelf part for the 10. It's 24 inches. It's 2 foot up, and the board goes under it just like we did that one. So go ahead and mark 24 on both sides, and the board will be underneath that mark. Double check this one. You're getting the idea of what we're doing. Let's go back to the leg at the bottom and come up to 43 inches and mark our next mark, which is right here, and the bottom of the board will go on the bottom of this, 43 inches, and that gives us plenty of room for a 10. Now the other mark, if you notice, we need one more, is a 61.5. So let's go ahead and move over and mark the other side and install a 2x4. Both of them is pretty well, you know, all done. Now we just needed the width of how long they're going to be. That's where you cut the next 10 boards, and you cut them 1.5 feet. Now we got some already cut, and if these close to 1.5 feet, then that's good. I wouldn't have to cut that many, but cut 10 of them 1.5 feet, and then I'll show you what to do next. This is what it looks like before you install your little pieces that you cut 10 of. Is take it and butt it flush. Well, this bottom part here goes like this, and it butts flush on this end and butts flush with the outer part of that end. So I'll go ahead and connect these both sides, and then I'll show you from there. So this is everything. It's butted up level, both sides now. We're going to go ahead and take the other ones. We're going to put them like this, all the way up to the top, both sides. And by doing that, everything should be level. And then you can stand it up. Okay, my battery's dead. So this is pretty much what it looks like. Everything's connected, but 1, 2, 3, 4, you can see my impact just setting. I'll just yeah, with the battery out of it because it's dead. But you get the idea. Just put your screws in it and make sure nothing comes through. The places where the tank's going to set, make sure you run your screws on the top on all this. You can see. Now the screws that I'm using personally is 10x3s. But you can use regular wood screws and stuff. These is deck screws. But some screws, you need to pre-drill your pilot holes or to crack the wood. These go in and they hardly ever crack the hook, you know, wood. They kind of just self-drill. They pretty cool. I buy them at Lowe's. So I'm going to stain this once my battery charges up, and I'll show you the finished product once it's mounted and stuff, and you can let me know what you think. So I ain't had time to stain that one outside yet. I had to go get stain. I basically didn't have enough to finish that project. So this is basically what it looked like finished once you get it all set up, just like it did at the beginning of the video. If you got an idea from this video, let me know. If it helped you, if you keep fish, what kind do you keep? I enjoy hearing from everybody who watches my videos. And if you're new, get subscribed. And if you ain't new and you've been watching the channel, thank you for sticking with me, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.